Alright, what's up y'all, it's LakerFan here. As always, about to title today's video, James Harden plus Zach Lavine is my new unstoppable duo in our NBA 2K23 comp my league. So I started this league with me and 20 other friends if you're new to this series. I have James Harden and Zach Lavine as my first and second round picks. I ended up trading for a couple pieces like Bam and Miles Turner. I will say Bam is a little bit of a lost cause sometimes because of his inefficiency to shoot shots very consistently on the court. But like I just said, my main duo is going to be James Harden and Zach Lavine. Now, what makes these two special is obviously James Harden's ability to create at all three levels. I'm talking mid-range, three-pointer, and the dunks. It really is a true three-level scorer paired with really great sigs. You're going to see them when we get into the game. 97 ball handle as well. His acceleration for his height is actually pretty solid at 87. And I will also mention his defense is not as bad as you would think. 70 prim D with, I know 46 steal is bad, but you will see, man, he be getting some lanes sometimes, man. And I think it's due to the pass perception being 82. He has a interception tendency, and those actually matter in case you guys don't know. And one special thing about Harden is his 98 stamina. Paired with the 98 stamina, I also gave him Hall of Fame handles for days. I know for those who are maybe new to this series, a lot of information overload, but I allowed everybody in the league one badge point from gold to Hall of Fame, aka I can move any gold badge on James Harden to Hall of Fame, and then I can also change one animation on him. And in case you use Harden in reg teams like Play Now or something like that, his dribble style is really bad, but one change of the dribble style makes him so usable, so great. So in today's video, I'm here to showcase not only him, but also Zach Lavine. As you can see, Zach has gold Air Wizard, gold Limitless Takeoff, and then also silver poster, and then bronze slithery as well. He's a very capable dunk meter user, and also I can use him on pick and rolls, getting alley-oop contact dunks with him too. He has ridiculous driving dunk rating. I mean, paired with also great vertical, great stamina, good speed and acceleration himself as well. 95 driving dunk with 82 three-pointer. So these two are my dynamic duo, and as you can see, he also even still has bronze 83. He can fade pretty legitimately, bronze blinders, bronze catch and shoot, and also like dead eye, so he can even do the pick and pop stuff as well. He's got silver hyperdrive, bronze quick first step. So that is our duo we're putting on display in today's video. Everybody on your screen right here gets minutes besides RJ Barrett, so this is literally my entire team right here. Also, we'll do a quick 1-minute rundown of Apollo's team right here that we're going against. So he has Jokic at his 5. He changed his jump shot, and it's actually very usable, and also gave him Hall of Fame rebound chaser as well. So besides that, he has Anthony Edwards, really good dunker as well. And really what makes Apollo's team special is the amount of dunkers he has on his team. He starts Derrick Jones Jr. at the 4. It's an amazing dunk meter fest right here between Anthony Edwards running his shooting guard, Wiggins running the small forward, and then Derrick Jones running the power forward. He's got 3 dudes like through the 2 through 4 that can all dunk meter ridiculously. And then Kevin Porter Jr., great jump shot, as we all know. KPJ, one of the best bases for guards in the game. So his team can all shoot, and they can all provide something in the paint besides KPJ at an elite level. Jokic obviously on his post-ups, and then the other 3, 2 through 4, like the shooting guard, small forward, and power forward, obviously like we just said, the dunk meter. And also JT Thor, do not sleep on this dude. He's actually a really big sleeper in this stuff because he has a very similar jump shot to LaMelo Ball as far as his base. So he's very usable. You're going to see Apollo using him in today's game. But anyway, cutting to the gameplay. I hope you guys enjoy. If you do, for to drop a like, sub if you're new to on noties, all that good stuff. And like always, try someone to about 800 likes or so. I think that's a pretty doable rate for these My League videos. And also, feel free to subscribe if you're new and you're enjoying this type of content, because I will say this has actually been really fun to get to. I'm seeing a lot of people are loving this stuff as well. You can see Apollo's actually pretty intricate with his play calling stuff. Like, he'll be calling plays a lot more than the typical user in this My League. There are a couple others though. Dre, who's on the Pistons, and Salt, who's on the Nuggets. Those two love to call plays as well. They're actually brothers in real life too, so it's kind of funny that they have kind of some synchronization to their play style a little bit. Right here you can see Harden, once again, just a nice quick dribble style with that MJ that we changed it to, and then also just really good just sigs in general, between the 6 size up, the escape that you will see in this game as well, and then also even the moving crossover. So he's got pretty much everything in the bag as far as dribbling goes, and it's really elite, man. Right here you can see we catch Apollo on the press a little bit, so we hit Zach coming up the court. He's able to get a really easy dunk, X button, simple as that. Jokic, low-key going crazy with that hop jumper. He could have pulled that, but I ended up getting a blocking foul on him, so Jokic in typical game 1 fashion against the Lakers, flopping a little bit, but hey, it's all love. Anyway, you can see Apollo running plays and stuff right here. It actually sets up with a little bit of a screen. We get the board off it though. Thankfully, he didn't hit Jokic on that wide open pick and pop right there. I sent a little bit of help off the center. Jokic kind of like up in my area a little bit more than he should be, so I'm kind of waiting this out. I'm like, okay, we gotta have something here. So Apollo finally sends the double team, tries to get Jokic back. We catch him on it, and patience paid off right there, so we get it to go. 4-5 to start the game, up 9-6. This is going to be a shootout, though, I promise you guys. There is not much defense on this court besides OG Anunoby on my team. Not many locks. I mean, Miles Turner's a pretty good defender as well. He's going to do what he can on Jokic, but obviously you can see his speed, not exactly great. So when Jokic pick and pops, it's going to be a little bit tough to deal with. Also, you can see, I mean, can we take a moment and appreciate this from Apollo? This is a nasty play right here. And also, you guys might have seen his record's like 3-9, but this man has been in a lot of close losses. And he's played pretty much every good team in the league before me as well. So he is definitely a competent player. Do not sleep on him just because of the bad record, quote unquote. And also, one specialty about Apollo, he runs the break a lot. So you can see he actually moved his player into the fast break as I shoot a bad shot, and relies on the fact that Jokic with his Hall of Fame rebound chaser is all over that. So right here you can see Zach Lavine pick and roll with James Harden, gold area wizard 95 driving dunk. He is a very, very competent driving dunk contact dunker out of those alley-oops, and it really is my source of offense for the most part in that double guards pick and roll if people don't just switch everything. And if they do switch everything, I get to take their primary defender off of James Harden and, you know, get him onto Zach Lavine. So it works out in a lot of different ways for me. So we can definitely be pretty versatile with that. Right here you can see Poku trying to create a little bit. Pokushevsky has a really nice hop jumper, but you're going to see I actually end up missing a good bit in this game. But right here, just walking the guard down, we ended up getting a matchup for him. So Poku with 5 points to start the game. One really nice three-pointer. Little drive and kick right there. Apollo's going to knock it down and take a 3-point lead, 16-13. Once again, we're going to that Zach Lavine pick and roll. Not much doing right there. You can see Harden getting real saucy with this stuff, though. Like, I'm talking just everything in the bag, from the escapes to the hop jumper, all types of stuff like that. But I take a bad shot with Zach Lavine. Apollo is out on the break again with KPJ, and he gets out to a 5-point lead and gets takeover on Kevin Porter Jr. as well. So we got some problems on our hands. Right here you can see I go with a little bit of behind the back, really tough dunk meter to go right there, and that's the power of Zach Lavine as well. Amazing contact dunker. Now, I will say, one thing I don't like about him as much, his regular dunks, like as in the open ones, man, he does a lot of dunk contest stuff, I'll tell you that much, and it's pretty troll. Right here, I kind of screwed up by leaving Andrew Wiggins wide open, but Apollo doesn't take the shot. He tries to go in for the dunk meter, or a spin lay, I should say, and ends up getting a spin jumper. So, once again, trying to show a little hedge right there, but right at the buzzer, 2 seconds left, he gets a fade with KPJ. I can't switch on to Miles Turner quick enough, and I can't get the jump. He gets a really nice shot. Now right here, I'm going to try and go to another Zach Lavine pick and roll. You're going to see I actually cut it off a little bit early. He's able to just slip it a tad bit, and boom, we get him with KPJ kind of trailing. Kevin Porter Jr. is a really bad defender as well, so that's who we're going to be attacking for the most part in this game. Obviously, as far as like Wiggins is a good defender. We don't really want to go at Ant too much. I mean, Ant's not a great defender either, but he's definitely competent as far as that goes. And then obviously, like, you know, Derrick Jones Jr., not like a liability either. So it's really just either go to Harden, Zach, or attack wherever KPJ is potentially. And right here, KPJ actually is on Zach Lavine, but you're going to see James Harden. The layup package on him and Zach Lavine are both ridiculous too. Right here, shake him off with the Euro, just an absolute crafty finish, and they can both do it. Like I just said, Zach Lavine is actually the layup package that I prefer to run on my actual player, and then James Harden stuff is really nice too. You can see Apollo with a really good shot to close out the quarter right there. I actually get a 9% somehow. Also, for those who are new to the channel, obviously, I'll stop saying this stuff so much because I know we're picking up a lot of good viewers and stuff, so I don't want to annoy you guys with saying this every single video, and obviously for the people that actually subscribe and watch this stuff consistently. But we did make some slider changes in this My League, if you're new to the series, where we made contesting shots a little bit harder. We made 3-point sliders just better in general, raised the stamina a tad bit, and also the fatigue down a tad bit too. You can see once again Apollo rack attack with the dunk meter right there, and a couple other minor changes as well. Nothing too extravagant past that, but I think next season we will tone down the close shot mashing. I don't think you're going to see a whole lot of it in this gameplay, surprisingly, even with Jokic on the court. But the close shot mashes are pretty tough. In this league and in this game mode, or just like reg players in general, there are so many people in the league with 95 plus close shot. I actually counted it. There are 60 players in the league with more than 90 close shot. Or 95, I should say. So it's just tough to really gauge this gameplay consistently compared to the My Player Builder, because not many people get that high of close shot. Right there, though, you can see Bam getting hit in the corner. He's knocking down the three-pointer. That's huge when we can hit the threes with Bam. Bam has a 69 three-pointer, but as you can see, his animation is really bad. But what makes up for it, and the fact that he gets on the court for me, is going to be his defense and his rebounding and just his anchor ability. You will see me sparingly use him against teams that don't have like a superstar finisher though. I probably could have put him on Anthony Edwards in this game and against like Apollo just in general, but decided to go more like guard central and just go like OG Anunoby, or give Tari Eason some more minutes as well at the 4/the 3. You can see JT Thor trying to hit me with a little walk back right there. We get him to bump out of bounds. Once again, we're trying to make Apollo pay for that press. We're going to go into the hoop, but can't really get anything to go. Bam, not open, but Zach for some reason is. Unfortunately though, I missed the shot and he is out on the break again. He will make you pay for every single miss that you get and that you don't get a rebound for. And I got to get back on transition myself as well. So a little Bam, Zach Lavine pick and roll. It's not exactly what you want. Honestly, they're both pretty interior oriented and I don't really want like a pick and roller too much when I'm playing with Zach. So unfortunately, when I sub Harden out and I get Zach the primary ball handler minutes, I usually want to have Miles Turner still in because he's my outside center more so. I think Bam and James Harden have a little bit more cohesion together. Right here though, you can see putting everybody in the dunk meter. I'm talking James Wiseman. We had like, I think that's who's the small guard right here? Oh, Alvarado, that's right. And then also like whoever the forward was as well. Put literally like almost 3 people in the dunk meter, and then we get the white free throw to go to. That's pretty BS, but it is what it is. Anyway, back to Zach. Once again, the slash take. Tari Eason wide open on the wing. We get that to go. And you can see his jumper is so fast too. That's really the MO of my team right here is OG Anunoby. Really sweet jump shot. Tari Eason, super fast jump shot. We got even Larry Nance with a good jump shot and a good dribble style. We got James Harden, really good jump shot. I mean, everybody, like even Miles Turner has a pretty good one. Right here you can see Larry Nance, a little give and go to Zach, and Zach is going rack attack again, bro. I mean, it's so fire just coming out here and letting him get ahead of steam without even having to dribble himself open. So now, once we hit that little timeout, we're bringing Harden back in. We got Zach still in the game as well on the opposite wing, but we're trying to get Harden his takeover to close out the quarter. And as you guys just saw, we just ended the quarter with Zach Lavine with his take on, so we're trying to get it to Harden. I don't know how the heck I just lost the ball right there, but in typical Apollo fashion, he's going to be out on the break right here. You can see he gets the front clutch to go. He low-key gets kind of a 2-for-1 right there too. I could probably push the pace a little bit though to get myself a 2-for-1, but honestly in 2K, I think shooting the ball at like 30-something seconds isn't exactly an easy 2-for-1 opportunity because as you can see, Apollo could now hold the ball for the last shot. But hey, shout out to Harden. Really nice escape package right there. We get a really easy 3-pointer to go because he's sagging off a tad bit. And to be fair, not many people really play the bleed the clock out to the end and like take the last shot of the quarter type stuff. So as you can see, Apollo ends up hitting a pick and pop right there. And while he does score, once again, we did get the 2-for-1 off that because, you know, he was okay with just taking an early shot. So we get Harden with his take on active, and now you can see we're going to try and size him up for this little fadeaway right here. Now, he is defending it pretty good. We hit an escape right there, fade backwards, almost get that to go. Like, I can definitely hit those, but I just shoot a late, unfortunately, and it's a 42-to-40 point game at halftime. Harden with 12 and 6, and then he had KPJ as his leading scorer as well. So we're back out here once again. Harden, really good stamina. You can see I try and get my get back on that fade right there, and we get it to go on the wing on that one. Harden's RT fades are really solid too. Like the drift on them is really good. Zach Lavine's fade to his right hand is really quick too. So they can both do their own thing as far as like 3-point shot creation. As you can see right there, I'm not really sure why we didn't switch that between me and I think that's Tari Eason right there, but I don't know. It is what it is. Anyway, James Harden coming back on the other end again, and you can see a little bit of a double team coming, so Tari with a really good instinctive cut right there, and that gets him to 5 points as well. I think what I really like about Tari Eason and OG Anunoby and all these dudes right here is just their length on defense is really good, but also their offense, like they both have really good dribble styles. They both have the MJ dribble style. They both have a really good moving crossover that can kind of like crab into the paint, and then also have pretty good dunks and a really good jump shot. So they're like the perfect role players. Same with Poku. He's got a really good jump shot as well. I mean, the whole team is built really well. And albeit James Harden's not exactly my primary dribble style, so to say. Like I'm definitely a little bit more of a slasher, so to say, right? Where like someone like Zach Lavine fits my style, maybe someone like Donovan Mitchell, but I mean, James Harden happened to fall to me. It was the pick that I wanted, and hey, we're embracing the new play style of a little bit more like shot creating slasher, so to say, and just like the 3-point creator a little bit. But as you can see, once again, KPJ killing me off the dribble right there. He gets it to go, gets the and one, boom, gets the dunk, and now we're back to only up 3. Now, little Zach Lavine pick and roll right there. I get a little bit bailed, to be honest with you. I definitely get bailed, and we get both free throws to go right there. And I mean, that's good for Zach's takeover as well. Free throws obviously go a long way, no matter what your takeover is or anything like that. But in the grand scheme of things, just happy to get 2 points right there, because obviously it was pretty BS. Now, right here, once again, you would think that's a pretty easy switch, to be honest with you. Now, I need to just get better at the game, to be real with you guys. Like, I gotta get better at this My League stuff, and I would like if my, like, maybe 3 and 2 and 1 and 4 could all just switch and stuff like that. And I know in the most recent video I asked you guys, like, as far as feedback on stuff like that. Also, once again, shout out to James Harden with the 40-something steal rating, able to get lanes really good. You're gonna see even another one in this game too. And then Tari Eason, once again, wide open on the wing. I try and anticipate the early, like, timing on it a little bit too much, but it is what it is. But anyway, yeah, I do appreciate you guys giving me some feedback, but I gotta just test it out myself. And we're actually out of regular season games as I speak. I will show you guys at the end of this one and update you all the way to us getting to the playoffs, what the seeding now looks like, because I don't really have any more reg season games I want to show you. So I'm gonna just show a couple box scores from it and show you like that rather than the full gameplay. But anyway, we'll get to that when the game's over. Well, right here, once again, you can see the subs and the rotations and stuff like this. I'm giving Miles Turner more of the minutes because obviously his stamina is good, but like I said, I would like to sync up Bam and James Harden a little bit better than I did in this game. I ended up going more like Bam and Lavine at the same time. That's a bad strat as far as my actual strategy goes, but I like this lineup a lot. When we have like one ball handler in with this combo of the 4 between Miles Turner, Poku, Tari Eason, and OG Anunoby, it's a really, really nice 4 right there. And then obviously surrounding them around my point guard in James Harden. It's a really good, just spacing oriented. Everybody has a good jump shot, like no troll stuff at all. And also, like, I would argue Tari and OG are my 2 best defenders as well. So I can kind of like phase people out of like the double ball handler lineups and stuff like that too. Like, as you can see, OG with a really good pinch right there. Poku with a really good jump, 18%, 19%. And we're out in transition as well. Everybody's got really good jump shots. I'm coming out here trying to hop jumper with Poku. I can do that 100%. I just end up shooting another early, unfortunately. But hey, I know a lot of you guys are probably like, well, isn't this video about Zach Lavine and Harden? Well, we're getting there. I promise that. So while I am showing a lot of love to the role players and stuff like that, it's mainly because I just want to show how the surrounding cast around them can really provide for like them having their great scoring opportunities as well, because you can't just leave them entirely. Also, Miles Turner, gold post move lockdown for Jokic right here. Now, I will say, Jokic, as you can see, taking me off the dribble. Poku trying to get the shot contest on it. Jokic ends up hitting and 1 yellow, and I mean, just tough. We're back to down by 1 with a couple minutes left in the third quarter. So I'm going a little bit of pick and pop with Miles Turner right here. You can see I'm trying to put Jokic in the pick and pop, pick and roll action because he's obviously just slow, not really good at defense. So we're trying to involve him in that aspect and keep him on the 3-point line too. We don't want him like in the paint. Right here, we stall up Jokic really well. We force him to call a timeout because he thought he was going to get a 3 seconds. So now, as you can see, this is where the rotation, kind of the line change happens, right? Or just the one like focal position. So I did have Harden in, but now Lavine's back to 99 stamina. Yet I still have OG looking really good. I still want to keep Tari Eason in, and I wouldn't mind giving Harden a little bit of a break. So that's where our rotation kind of works. I got like, let's call it like Tari's my backup 3/4. We got Zach as my like main shooting guard, but he subs in at point guard when Harden leaves. And then we got Miles Turner as my main center, but then Bam can slide in for whoever between Poku and Miles Turner. So we have like an 8 to 7 man rotation that we consistently use on this team. And I don't really do the full line change as far as like starters all the way into bench. I like to keep like good players on the court eventually at some point. So we do, like I said, a typical NBA like 8-man rotation as far as that stuff goes. And I think I like the way that my team rotates. Now, as you can see, Jokic down to 1 second, 0, boom, which just barely runs out of time, and we get like a no shot right there, really conveniently as well. Now, once again, Poku coming out here trying to hit the hop jumper. I don't really got anything going on it, so we're gonna have to move the ball a little bit. You can see I'm going with a post up a little bit more. I try and get that shot off with Tari, but don't get it. I skip pass all the way over to Zach Lavine on the wing, and boom, we get that 3 to go right there. It feels really good when Zach's able to shoot too, because I'm not gonna lie, his jump shot sometimes can be kind of troll, but I think low-key, everybody on my team's jump shot is just so freaking good that sometimes I forget that Zach's isn't even that bad. It's just I'm used to these absolute beast jump shots. But as you can see, Zach, once again, coming out here with the rack attack, and we're able to just get that to go. Dunk meter over Jokic, and then the guard's head as well, and we take a 4-point lead. And also, I mean, those go a long way too, because Zach obviously has slash take, so anytime you get a dunk with slash take, it's going to be huge for your takeover. Jokic, once again, though, with a nasty pick and pop. There's not much you can really do about that, to be honest. You can't switch everything on Jokic, because obviously he's just going to take any guards or like whoever's, you know, guarding the perimeter, like for instance, Zach Lavine right here, just to absolute post-up session, right? So you can't really deal with that. Also, as you can see, the drop step works me into his side right there. I don't get anything to go. Miles Turner on a post up, nothing going with that. Poku, I'm trying to hit a hop jumper. Once again, I get a bad timing on it, and it's contested, and it piles out on the break. And Poku is cold. So we're gonna have to do something about all that. But fortunately, we got a quarter break. Now Tari Eason, absolute snag on the lane right there. Really good pass interception tendency. He's got really good steal rating too, with like an 83. So he can get those really easy. And then you can see we force Apollo into the shot clock violation, and we're looking good. Also, as you can see, once again managing the minutes really well, because once we get to this end of the fourth quarter right here, I think Apollo might use all his. No, he didn't even use his timeouts right there. So that's convenient for me, who's actually managing my minutes well. And for the people that like to play their starters all game, they're going to have to deal with that, obviously. So as far as the minutes management right here, we have Harden back to 100% energy and Lavine at 93. OG still looking good. Tari Eason playing the 4 right now, and then Miles Turner the 5. The only somewhat questionable thing is our 4 and our 5, but honestly, like I said, we have so much depth right there that it really doesn't matter. I can slide Larry Nance in too, who like rarely gets minutes, but is still pretty good as far as that goes too. So once again, Apollo's going to go back to that pick and pop action with KPJ and Jokic right here. So you can see we have to kind of hedge a little bit with Turner. We can't just switch that fully, because obviously that puts James Harden on Jokic. So we don't exactly want that. Miles Turner looking real athletic right there, gets a nasty block, and then we just kind of throw right at KPJ's head, assuming he's not going to play the lane. And as you can see, we get it to go. So Harden on the cut right there, really looking nice. Off-ball screen by Jokic with the play right there. You can see absolutely bodies OG on the screen, and that's tough, man. Like I said, Apollo does call some plays every now and then, so you got to deal with that as well. Zach Lavine, pick and roll. Once again, I am throwing the contact lob straight at his head, and it's unstoppable, bro. It really is. And that's the problem. You have to put big bodies on Zach. You have to really, like, throw almost a center on him, to be honest with you, because his dribble style is pretty bad. It's kind of hard to use him as like a pure slasher technically, or like a play initiator, and just like take people completely off the dribble. But when they put small guards on him and I can just use him in a pick and roll sense, it's crazy good. I mean, you really just expose their lack of interior defense at a ridiculous rate. Right here you can see Anthony Edwards dumping it off to Jokic. I try and get a good shot contest, 22%, still goes, but obviously that's Jokic with like gold or Hoff mash or whatever the heck he has. Anthony Edwards on the hoop, and boom, you just get it to go. 66-66, tie game, and that's a big run that he just went on too. Zach with the takeover once again though. So as you can see, I have like Harden still in the game too. We get some real good attention towards Zach on that too. I mean, as you can see, you're gonna watch like this defense, right? He's sliding Anthony Edwards over, sending some more help to Harden, or to Zach, I should say. And then as you can see, we got Jokic like reeling right here. We got a lot of just action that is focused on Zach and his slash take, and Harden eats off the fact that Zach is now like, you know, being utilized in his takeover sense. Also, I really didn't mention this enough, but I think both guards actually play pretty solid defense. It's nothing amazing, but I mean, as you can see, we can switch those too. Like, obviously Harden, like guarding that, it's not a huge deal. You can see I play horrible defense with him though. I try and back up. I try and play that little 2-on-1 defense. Try and scare him out of a couple shots, a couple passes, but he gets it to go with Jokic with a dropper as well. We're both shooting 72%, me like 29 for 40, him 26 for 36. I mean, we are shooting the lights out as far as this stuff goes. You can see, once again, Zach going straight at Jokic's head, and that's the problem, right? Jokic isn't a great interior defender. He doesn't have great anchor, he doesn't have great block, he doesn't have great interior defense. So, I mean, I've seen it time and time again. I played my career against the Nuggets all the time because their defense is garbage. And then it's also the 1.5 times multiplier in my career. So I just get a lot of lobs on Jokic's head. I just tell LeBron and AD to go straight for contact lobs, and they get it a lot. So I know exactly how his interior defense plays in this game. Anyway, back to Zach and Harden right here. We have Zach with slash take. I hit the bailout. Zach bangs on Jokic's head again, and we take a 5-point lead with 2:40 left in the game. Harden guarding ball right here on Anthony Edwards. We're trying to just kind of force him to not really get to the hoop. I'm going to wall up with Miles Turner if he hits that drive at all. And as you can see, Turner guarding Jokic. Jokic does a crazy hop jumper, but we're able to jump really good. Only get an 8% contest, but I mean, hey, I guess that makes a bit of a difference from time to time. Once again, going with the Zach Lavine pick and roll, pick and pop. I get the pop wide open, but I just miss it, unfortunately. But you can see the value and the potential of that, where if someone plays back further on Zach to maybe take away his like alley-oop or something like that, we can absolutely get that pick and roll to go, or the pick and pop, I should say. But just missed an open, and Apollo's out on the break. Now, once again, we're going to go with that Zach pick and roll, pick and pop. You can see he's low-key kind of open. We're going to have to hit a little reset. I get a little bit of an ugly situation, but embrace the bump. That's what me and AK always be saying on this type of stuff. And James Harden, once again, like I was telling you guys, has a really good moving crossover. So I get bumped right there. I'm like, all right, man, screw it. Whatever. I'll just hit the cross and see if I get past him. And as you can see, we crab him. We're able to get that standing leg kind of close shot, so to say, and boom. There we go, taking the 5-point lead again. And Harden, I mean, he's got so much in the bag, bro, this dribbling. It's crazy. Now, I probably, if we're being honest, should have switched OG onto Anthony Edwards right here. Also, I just realized I was calling Andrew Wiggins Anthony Edwards when really 45 and Wiggins is literally on his back right here, and then Anthony Edwards has the dreads and stuff too, so I don't know why I was mistaking that. But anyway, we're guarding Wiggins pretty solid. You can see I try and play that lane with Turner, don't get it to go. We're trying to just hit a couple jumps right there to get some mash defense. I get a really good jump with Zach Lavine on a 2-on-1 right there. We're able to shut that down. Apollo's down to 1 minute left in the game, down 5, and unfortunately for Apollo, probably going to be taking another close loss once again. Right here, he probably could have maybe had a shot with Jokic. I think that was a pretty good look. Probably better than anything else he could have gotten. And then, as you see, Harden, once again, second time with takeover again in this game. Zach had take twice. Harden had take twice, albeit Harden, kind of in not really garbage time, so to say, but more of like a, bleeding the game away. Right there, hit a little spin jumper, break his ankles. Don't get it to go, though. He's out in transition a little bit, but we're going to be able to defend it pretty solid, taking up some time right here. It's all that really matters. And as you can see, I actually hit an intentional foul just to make him reset again. I had one foul to give. Figure why not? You might as well. Tari Eason back in the game. We got our defensive lineup pretty much out here. Like, I would say our perimeter defensive lineup, so to say. We got Miles Turner at the 5, but everybody else is really just more Prim D oriented. Now, right here, he's actually still in the game, low-key. Now, really crazy thing, honestly. I don't know if he called it himself or what happened here, but it ends up intentional fouling, and I'm in the bonus now. So, I'm not sure if this was a great situation or not, to be real with you guys. As you can see, I got an 8-second difference on the play clock and shot clock. So I probably could have just held the ball the whole time and just played fast break defense, and he would have had to set up a 3-point play to win the game. But I don't know if this was his settings or not. He ends up calling a pause and then changes his settings and stuff like that. So honestly, it's very possible that he probably just had a settings bug where it didn't save and he forgot to change his intentional foul setting. Who knows if I would go on to win the game if that didn't happen or not, but either way, I mean, the game's not over for him entirely. He probably could just use the timeout right here, but as you can see, he's just going to advance the ball. This is going a little bit of like a freelance set as far as offense goes. Not much creating. Miles Turner plays a lane, and it's pretty much over from there. He's going to intentional foul OG, but we're going to go ahead and just skip to the end of the game. As you can see, fades with KPJ and kind of garbage time. Hits a 3, and boom, there it is. 78-75. 3-point win. Once again, Apollo loses a very, very close game. Stat-wise, though, I mean, look at this stuff. So obviously, I didn't shoot the greatest with Zach, 1 for 4, but his pick and roll and slashing ability and the slash take, it goes so hard. He's just very hard to guard when slash take is active, or if I'm using him as a pick and roller as my secondary on the court. And he really thrives off of James Harden a lot. Obviously, Harden has the gold dimer and stuff like that too. He's even got special delivery, etc., etc. So all that benefits Lavine in a major way. And then obviously Harden, 11 for 17, 3 for 7 from 3. 28 and 9 for him with 0 TOs as well. And then our spot up shooting, not exactly lights out or anything like that, but decent enough. And I mean, these two were really the carry show. 60 points and 12 assists between the two of them with only 1 turnover is pretty major. That's really good. As far as Apollo stats, as you can see, he was shooting the lights out from 3. KPJ 5 for 8, Jokic 5 for 7, Jokic 10 for 13 total, and KPJ 8 for 12 total. I mean, that's tough, bro. That's really good. So, and JT Thor, once again, I was telling you guys, 2 for 2 from 3, 10 points. I mean, he's got a really good lineup right here. We held Edwards in check, though. 3 points for Edwards is huge. We didn't let Derrick Jones get to the hoop hardly at all. Alvarado, pretty garbage minutes, 0 for 2. And then Kelly Oubre, nothing really doing either. So, pretty good game overall. I'm not sure if anybody cares about these team stats or anything like that, but rebound count, pretty even. He ends up outboarding me by 1 in total. Steals looking really good in my favor. Obviously, he got a lot of fast break off, misses rather than turnovers, so to say. Because I had 8 points off turnover, he had 2, and I had, 1 turnover, he had 7. So that was pretty nice. I had 19 dunks to his 12. That's pretty huge as well. And then also 3-point shooting, I was 7 for 18, but I mean, this man was shooting the lights out, 59% from 3, 13 of 22, and he still lost. That's very tough. And same with the field goal percentage. So offense was just playing lights out on both ends. 50 points in the paint is huge for me too. But anyway, to finish things out here, I want to show you guys a couple of the last few games that I actually recorded. I had a game against IQ that I did win as well, and it's very interesting I say that because IQ ends up being the 1 seed and I end up being the 2 seed. It's just unfortunate. The recording didn't count. He also had some lag out stuff. We had to do a spread on the game. So it was bad. But anyway, against I'm in corner right here. We actually might be playing against him in Pro-Am against Joe's team pretty soon here. But anyway, Against him, James Harden had another masterclass, 33.7 assists, 12 for 14, 7 for 8 from 3. Zach Lavine with another pretty solid game as well. And also defensively, this was a really big Bam game right here. As you can see, he played 14 minutes in this one, and you're going to see by corner stats, I mean, Bam was doing his thing. Ben Simmons has been really lighting people up in this league. He ends up the game 3 for 9 with 3 TOs. We also had Miles Turner locking Joel Embiid up right here too. And I mean, overall, this is a defensive masterclass. We held these dudes in check. Unfortunately, though, I take a loss to Kobe right here, who is a really high seed in the West as well. He ends up being the 4 seed, technically, but it was by like a very slim margin. But yeah, Kobe ends up getting a dub on me. As you can see, I have Bam on Tatum. Tatum dropped 40 on me as well, so I don't know if that's exactly the matchup looking for. Look at this, though. Poku looking like an idiot, like facing the wrong way. As far as offense goes, you can see I try the fade with Lavine. I don't get that to go, unfortunately. We end up fouling him. He takes some free throws. I'm going to Lavine once again, though. I have team take at the end here, so we have a pretty decent shot. I outrun Pascal Siakam to the corner. I missed this, though, and as you can see, here's the cringe that I have experienced with this, right? So Lavine's not on very high stamina. This is why I have to margin these guys' stamina so heavily. So Lavine, I hit a little stop and go to the corner. As you can see, when I'm pulling up for that shot, my stamina is good, but then mid-shot, it changes to a yellow blinking bar. So I get a slowed down fade animation instead of the quick one that I'm getting ready to shoot. And unfortunately, I just early this because obviously I was expecting to release it sooner than not. So unfortunate, man. We take the L right there. I mean, as far as like the rest of offense goes, there's not much creating. So it is what it is. We take the loss to Kobe, 62-58. And yeah, so here are the final standings. Our playoff matchups are here now. So as you can see, we have me versus Zeke. The 2 versus the 7. We have IQ and Outer. Outer very slimly beats Denton out as our last playoff spot in the West at 5-14. So IQ obviously getting, you know, the easiest matchup, so to say, technically. And also, to be fair, we also gave 3 force wins to everybody because as you can see, we have San Antonio that ended up being more of a force out. And then also, as you can see, we forced out the Bulls and the Sixers. It was more due to inactivity, but a lot of these guys will be back from the next league as well. I'm looking forward to the next one. We'll definitely have some cool plans for that too. But anyway, again, for the West, we got IQ versus Outer. We have me versus Zeke. We have Salt versus Bonnie right here. Curry versus AD, essentially. A little rematch of the Lakers Warriors. And then we have a really good matchup right here, 4 and 5. We got Kobe and Dope. Yeah, we'll go ahead and review some teams, essentially. So, Dope has Franz Wagner at the 4 with Sabonis at the 5, and then Clay, Kuzma, and Luka. As you can see, as far as Kobe's team, he's got Tatum technically running point. He's got a big body team right here. He's got this Mark Williams dude as his center. Sometimes he might like low-key slide his lineups out a little bit differently, but pretty like 3-and-D-esque lineup right here. But anyway, into the East matchups, we have AK versus Joey right here as the 1 and 8. We have Nut versus I'm in Corner, the guy I just showed with Embiid, and then we also have Apollo versus Dre. This is going to be a huge matchup right here. We got Giannis versus Jokic, and that's going to be a toughie. And then also, as you can see, we have Saint at the 5 seed right here going against Tonic at the 4 seed. Now, I'm going to be real with you guys. The East is pretty top heavy, as you can see. Like the top 4 seeds, this is a very expected, I assume at least, that all these top 4 seeds are going to win against the 5, 6, 7, and 8. To be real with you, the West could have some very interesting matchups. Like me and Zeke is actually pretty even matchup as well. We got, like I said, Bonnie versus Salt. So this is going to be a really good matchup too. And then again, 4 and 5 should be another great matchup as well. I don't know how this 1 and 8 is going to go, to be real with you, but either way, like I said, really good matchups coming up, and I expect that second round is going to be fire too. So the next video I will post is going to be the me and Zeke series. No matter what the win or loss result is of these playoff series, I will post them. So just expect that 100%. So next one coming up is me versus Zeke, battle for LA. Keep that in mind, and I hope you guys enjoy. If you do, for to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on noties, all that good stuff. And like always, let's try to want to like 5, 6, 7, 800 likes, something like that, whatever works. But I appreciate all the love and feedback these videos are getting, and I really do appreciate just the support that you guys are giving this series, and the fact that there are like some of you guys that are actually really invested in this stuff. And I'm looking forward to doing future leagues with this too. I'm hoping this is just the fun content we can do at the end of the year and just make good stuff out of this. So appreciate you guys watching. None of that. Take these, man. Peace.